Welcome to Socotra, a peaceful South Pacific island. I don't actually know where Socotra is located, but it is a real place. And I don't think it's South Pacific, actually, to be clear. I'm pretty sure it's not. But I think it's off the coast of Africa. Regardless, welcome to Socotra, a peaceful island, now inhabited by two warring tribes. We have Dracken of Clown Legion fame up against Sony Toprano. Blue player, Umut, is Sony Toprano. We're going to go with calling him Sony Toprano this game. So, Dracken, here in the purple, playing as the Japanese, a great civilization. I'd say these players probably went random civ onto Socotra. Socotra seems to be back in the map pool. So, the fun, wild shenanigans are here for us. And you can see, they've already started. Two villagers coming forward for Sony Toprano to try and lame Dracken. And you can see both players have brought in their elephant already, which is another thing that's just so not normal in your build order. And Sony Toprano getting the laming in very effectively, killing all five of the ostriches, and getting some walls down around the fruit bushes here for Dracken. Dracken, he's going to be looking pretty sad, as he's going to have to head immediately back out to those ostriches. And not laming himself. So Dracken, our clown player, playing a little more standard. And United was talking about what makes a clown a clown. And I don't think it has anything to do with monks. For me, a clown play is something that's just wild and out of the ordinary, out of the box strategy. A player who loves arena and loves to do wild, crazy strats on any map. So I would say Huang is 50% of the clown. He does clown strats on Arabia, but only plays Arabia. I'd call that a clown strategy. So full YOLO, I call clown. That's how I determine clown strats. So Dracken, forced to go out, drop a mill on the ostriches, and try to get, I think it's actually ostrich. The plural of ostrich is ostrich. I don't know, drops a mill on them and starts to gather them in as much as possible. Berry bush already walled in, whereas on the other side, this looks nice and clean for our Sony Toprano, for our Lithuanian player over here on the left-hand side of this tiny isle of Socotra, pushing in the ostrich. Not even worried about a thing, got the lame down, doesn't have any idle TC time, did go ahead and get loom, so there is one difference there in the villager count, where Sony Toprano, one villager behind, and I would say, you know, Dracken's going to be able to find enough food to keep the eco going. It's just the town center production going. Just a matter of how, how much resources are spent on that versus on food. Just now heading out to the berry bushes and realizing, oh, yeah, I'm not getting berries today. No, this is a waste of time. If you see they're this walled in. Okay, I take it back. That's pretty quick. Yeah, palisade walls go down very fast. I still feel like that's a waste of time, though. And... interesting. Sony Toprano is not finished with this lame. Not at all. He's going to try to wall these villagers in and kill them. Because they still don't have loom. So loom is now in. Loom is now in. So these villagers can fight for themselves again. But I would say that this is well worth it. It's forcing Dracken back off of his own berry bushes once again with 4 villagers, causing Dracken some sadness. No berries for you, my friend. As he continues with the idle time. And this is idle time for you, sure, but it's also idle time for your opponent. Now, this villager is in danger. She's got to run. These big boys are going to be chasing her down. Socotra brings the craziness, brings the wild stuff. And now, you may say, wait, I thought top players don't lame each other. They do. But only on Socotra. And maybe a few other select scenarios. Maps like Socotra or Nomad. Laming is acceptable and part of the game. but not on most maps. Now, Dracken quick walls that villager in, but that's in range of the enemy town center, unable to actually complete that. Looking at quick walling these villagers in as well, just trying to cause as much of a mess, as much idle time as possible. You can see the idle TC time pretty much even. Villagers 22 to 20, but that is because of the time to feudal difference. Dracken is about a minute behind on the way to feudal age, about 50 seconds. So Sony Toprano, gonna be on the way up, is gonna be headed forward to probably drop some towers. Indeed, I certainly do believe so. Okay. Now, no barracks has been added yet by Sony Toprano, I don't believe. Tower being added, and I like the pre-walls. I like the pre-walls. That's something great to do. And this denies the berries permanently. All that investment on the berries, never going to get those back. Never getting those back. Sony Toprano playing this one very well, showing you how to play Socotra. Beautifully done by Sony Toprano. Gets the tower up, and since this is an important position, gonna be walling that tower in and getting the barracks up as well. It's gonna be men-at-arms towers, I certainly expect. We're gonna be looking for the men-at-arms upgrade coming in soon. Nope, it's gonna be archers and towers, and he's not walling this tower in. I would like to see that walled in, but I'm just holding off on that. It's not necessary. Okay, now he's going over to wall it in. Yeah. Well done. Heading back to berries. So, just this one tower. And then into archers. Interesting play, and I like it. I think I like it. Not overcommitting into the towers. Now, I would love to see a tower over here as well, because look at all the resources. You can leave. You send a villager over, wall that in, and drop a tower over here and here. You can leave your opponent with just this gold in the back to work with, and that is a big deal. And I would not be surprised to see Sony Toprano pulling something like that here in a minute or two as he starts to get a little further into the vision, sees what's up. See what exactly does he see. Doesn't see a whole lot really. Does see this, does see this, doesn't see that other gold there. Could use the vision upgrades, would be helpful. Now he could even delete the walls in the house and take these berries as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see him do that. One villager on stone, but no stone mining camp there, so this villager's not very efficient. You're gonna want a mining camp. Okay, a tower now being added by Dracken to try and get this position back. So now, since this tower is walled in, the downside of walling the tower in is you can't deny an opponent tower very easily, because the opponent simply builds the tower under your tower. Now, if this archer army wasn't quite so out of position, it could have done the denying. He's heading for it, trying to make it happen. I don't think it's going to, but the archer army will head into the tower. Will try to head into the tower. No, just hopping over the wall to even up this fight. Indeed, indeed. Evening up the fight. And, yep. 3 archers in there. Not causing idle PC time, so the idle eco over the next minute should look a little bit better, you would think, for Sony Toprano than it does on the other side. And he's scout even out here to, you know, harass and bother the situation. But the scout is going to die now. I have to think. Well, running away, getting away is the scout. That's nice. You always want the scout alive just for, you know, scouting things. This looks like it may be a hole all the way around the back up there. You never know on Socotra. And Sony Toprano, not really worried too much about building more towers, trying to keep this one alive. Ooh, we got a villager war ensuing, and that was a mistake. That was a mistake by Dracken. One villager down for Dracken. Another one going to be dropping, and this tower going to be rushed down instead. Definitely a mistake. Definitely a mistake at play. as 2 villagers battering away on this tower, and villagers and units definitely in danger. Now, there are archers here for Dracken trying to keep this tower up, trying to force back these villagers, and my goodness, the craziness, the shenanigans, the wild things are out. I don't know which tower stays up and which tower goes down. These tower wars are just wild to me. And these villagers continue battering away, and they're holding up remarkably well as the archers dodge the tower fire. The Eco KD 3-3. It's dead even somehow or another. Who wins? These villagers are going to have to pop out and repair, or else it's going down. I think this tower goes down, and I think Dracken stays up, and I think Dracken gets the position in the end. Now, Dracken is completely out of stone with this tower on 52 hit points. He's going to have to buy some stone. Doesn't have a market up yet, so that is a problem. I think if that was known, if that was known, that would make a difference on the play from here. 50 HP on this tower with no way to repair it. Market being rushed down to buy that stone to repair that tower. It's going to come in. It's going to be fine. Now, Drakken's eco is really nice. Drakken's going to be headed up to the Castle Age. Indeed, he is. Whereas, yep, so is Sony Toprano. Almost. Almost. And Sony Toprano also on the way up to the Castle Age. So both players into the Castle Age. About 20 seconds difference. And here comes the rush. Here comes the rush. But 100 stone bought just in time. Wow. The timing on that. Incredible stuff. Such a key timing. And there's so many resources here. Right here. That I think I would love to see one of these players just go ham on stone and rush up a castle right here. I feel like whoever gets a castle up here, so many of the resources are in their control. Both players flanking around to try to find some eco damage. And both players walled to the town center almost. There's a hole, but it's been spotted. Okay, and Dracken, Sony Toprano, sorry, coming back home. Eco KD 4-4 KD, pretty massively in favor of Dracken, though. So Dracken with the score lead. And this berry pressure did not end up costing Dracken the game at all. And 10 seconds from the Castle Age. Now, let's talk about the civilizations. Who do we even have? Lithuanians versus Japanese. We have a civ with terrific trash and great knights up against a civ with really, really versatile, great towers, and can do really about anything effectively. Siege Workshop coming down for our Lithuanian player, though. It's going to be Siege Monk, which is the right opening. Siege Monk against Knights. Our purple player, Dracken. Our Japanese player coming in with Knights, and that Knight is out in time to cause some real damage. But the Monk is on the way out. The Monk will, if done right, the Monk takes care of the Knight, the Siege takes care of the Crossbowman, and things are all looking nice and tasty. Another thing is every relic that blue gets will add to the furtherance of the attack upgrades for this is going to be an interesting fight. Mangano pops out. Monk is converting. Ooh, insta conversion. That's unfortunate for Dracken. And now gathering up the relic, adding attack. Now, there's been talk about what I don't even know if we're going to get to see. I think this knight dies. And these crossbowmen forced back. So now Sony Toprano with really an advantage in positioning in a lot of ways because he's got the siege. He's got a knight. He's got the monks. Monk siege beats crossbow knight pretty handily, I think. And This knight does not get the attack boost, which is interesting. Even though he had it before, does not get the attack boost. More knights are not going to be added. Why are you know, how can you add knights in this situation? And Dracken says you can't. Dracken having to add a university. Interesting. I don't know what particularly the thought process is there for the university. Oh, guard tower defense. You better get that up in a hurry. I don't know if guard tower defense is going to do it for you, bud. But it's got to. I guess it's got to. And I don't know how strong these plays are, these guard tower defense. But one tower against now 3 mangonels doesn't feel sufficient if you ask me. Don't know, though. I am definitely not at the level of these players. Oh, this mangonel going down, though. This mangonel gonna go down. Save it, save it, save it. Ah, down. Okay, one mangonel down. And guard tower's in. So that's a big, big deal. Tower holds. Ooh, but more units go down. I think the tower holds for now. No. The tower did hold pretty well. There's enough monks to even make the crossbows worry. And take the tower, take the tower. Dracken, take the tower. One more shot in on the tower. Ballistics now coming in for Dracken. Sorry, that was Sony Toprano taking down the tower. And pushing forward. Siege Workshop now added. Guard tower defense wasn't it. It was close. It was helpful, but it wasn't it. Now, notice this guard tower, Sony Toprano. You've got to notice this guard tower and head forward. Crossbows heading out, looking for damage. I would love to see these monks. One monk being sent to gather up relics, because, you know, relics such a key thing here. As, yeah, you can see Dracken actually gathering in the relics. Better than Sony Toprano. Sony Toprano needs these relics. Dracken doesn't. And the relics really just add to your eco. The eco's pretty well dead even at this moment. Was that, ooh, siege converted. Interesting. One villagers being converted. Villagers converting villagers. It's just wild. Now, this is a problem. Except there's a scorpion here to address it already. The scorpion will take care of this. 2 villagers down and 3 villagers down. But the scorpion taking care of that. Eco KD 6 to 8 in favor. Ooh, that tower got up. Impressive stuff. Forcing back Sony Toprano. But again, like I said, a castle here, if somebody goes ham on the stone, and we have someone going ham on the stone. So, really feel like, yes, 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 the castle coming in right here. Ooh, the siege being converted. The monk's gonna be converted. Okay, one monk converted. The siege not being converted. Both monks being converted. Oh, wow. Not really what you expect to see. On the other side, a lot of pressure on this left side, and I still like the castle here. Because this is going to run out. This has been being depleted the whole time. This area of the map has fresh resources for everybody. So whoever holds the center area of the map does have resources. Sony Toprano does not have any sort of score lead, but I like his positioning with this castle. Castle also unlocks Lightus. Perhaps my favorite unit, one of the best units in the game, undoubtedly. And gives him a cavalry unit, which is not helpful right now because there are potential for monks on the field. I guess it does help him. There's no monks on the field. Gives him a cavalry unit to run in and raid, deal a lot of damage. Gives him a very nice unit. Not adding them at the moment. And the crossbows coming in after the monks. Do get one, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. And I think we're going to see a castle over here. And we might be seeing a look toward Imp. I think we are. I think Drakken's looking for Imp and Bombard Cannons. Based on these resources, I think he just... Yeah, Dracken sold all his stone. He's looking for Imp and Bombard Cannons. I don't approve. I disagree, I think. But we do see that done on this map, if I remember, from Masters of Socotra, which weirdly was a pretty big deal. Maybe because there wasn't really anything going on at that point. Age of Empires history, Masters of Socotra was like this tournament that everybody was playing, and Vinchester was like really continuing to establish dominance and like prove himself as an absolutely top player. Hera and Viper, I think, were all in it. I don't know about Leary, might have even been in it. But Sony Toprano on the way to Imperial Age, just a few seconds ahead of Dracken. So both players on the way to Imperial Age. And we're going to see bombard cannons from our Japanese player. We're going to see bombard cannons from our Japanese player. But there's not a lot of gold left here for 350 gold left. 350 gold is not going to get you very far. And there's not even gold over here. If Dracken is to push into this side, it's got to be to this side. And, oh, wow. I love this play. Sony Toprano knows the situation exactly, realizes he's going to make a one-dimensional push down the center. So he walls up his own resources and says no. Now, I'd love to see him just go ahead and gather that relic in and that relic in. You've got time. You're not doing anything with these monks. You know, just take a second or two and gather them in. Instead, he's pushing on the right-hand side. Does not want to give... That is incredible. Doesn't want to give Dracken any chance at gold. So stonewalling in his own golds. Just ridiculous. What are it? And look at this. That's exactly what Dracken heading down there already and going to drop a castle. This is a little bit late. This is just a bit late. The stonewalling play. I love it though. Does cause some problems. The relic gathered in just in time, and the stonewalling is not late. Because it's going to get up, and there's not going to be any way to take gold on that one. Now, this monastery might go down, and this gold mine is pretty exposed. However, it's not quite so exposed as that one, which is stonewall. A beautiful play by Dracken. Sorry, by Sony Toprano. And we are going to see trebuchets on the way for Sony Toprano headed to the left. Not much of an army for our Japanese player, but something nonetheless. And this almost was perfect. It wasn't quite perfect. The Lithuanians, a very good monk civ, pushing back the crossbows with monks, pushing these villagers back with monks as well, saying, hey, that's my gold, get off of it. Now, do we have bombard cannons on the way yet? No, we don't. So... Illumination, all the monk techs. This is really impressive. Now, Japanese trebuchets with Cataparuta, which we are probably not going to see, let's be honest, are a very dominant force. This tower does need to get taken out before expansion is established in the mid, and these villagers found a way in, but this is very inefficient. So, still well worth it, but not as good as I had thought it was going to be. And the monks forcing back the crossbows once again. Unbelievable. And this castle definitely in danger of falling. 2 trebs trying to defend it. And yeah, even pushing Dracken off of that gold. So there is still 81 gold there that Dracken could get, and that's about it. These monks are ridiculous. 4 trebuchets now. And I think this is the GG moment when this castle falls. Crossbow was converted. 1 trebuchet did go down now. Will a second? Okay, did not go down. Castle falls. However, there's still no way to push. There's still no way to push for Dracken. Sorry, for Sony Toprano, right? These two mangonels are not good enough here. All the monks converting, one crossbowman. They get the crossbow convert in, that's for sure. But, yep, I like it. And he does have the research that allows him to convert immediately afterwards with all but one monk. So, is going to get the crossbow converts, and it's going to be the GG. Because now there's more crossbowmen on the side of Sony Toprano than there are on the side of Dracken, at least in the fight there are. And there's still plenty of monks with more coming out. And now the Trebs are going to be knocked down by, yeah, Trebs firing forward as well. Trebs going to be knocked down by the Mangonel if the Mangonel doesn't get sniped off. Or converted by monks, simply just waltz up and convert them, and I think that's the next play by Sony Toprano. Here come the monks. Yes, they are indeed going to start converting the Trebs. And what do you do? Like, stop it. How do you stop it? You can't. There's too many monks. Too many monks. Dracken calls the GG. What a game. Let's look at the statistics. I want to see one thing. Conversions 21 to 1. 21 to 1. Dracken with the better KD ratio, but it didn't matter because he lost 21 units to Sony Toprano. The clown gets fully clowned. What a gameplay. Socotra bringing us some highlight reel stuff. As always. And you can see this really very close timings all throughout. But this is the timing I think that won the game. In the end, Dracken did a great job at coming back. Villagers pretty even throughout. And APM stats, both players, you know, 80 to 50, so a little bit faster there for Sony Toprano. This was a fun game. This was a great game. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. If not, that's fine. I hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.